Ratings grab alert, ratings grab alert, ratings grab alert. If it is not very clear right now that they will do anything to try to get ratings, I give you case in point. Because what on earth is the point of this? What is the hunt for love in getting all the girls together and making them kiss to do a tiebreaker? Or could it possibly be that they are just trying to do the shock factor to get people to continue watching? Nothing to do with love, nothing to do with relationships, just shock. Now, it's hilarious that they are going to such lengths, so the entertainment value is off the charts, but let's not pretend that this is a show about love in any way, shape, or form. It never was, it never will be, it's always been the shock factor. So, we will get to all that craziness, and wait till you get to the end, because it gets even crazier than that. First, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I appreciate all the support. Let's get right into it, because these crazy singles are not ready for anything whatsoever. And you know what? It's all good because the drama is entertaining. I'm not going to lie. And I will be happy to sit here and trash all of these people. Thank you very much.
Cole is like super focused on Jen and just chasing her like a little puppy.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cute. But Cole's style
Except
is like super feminine. I think he's showing more cleavage than me.
he definitely has a weird obsession with wearing plunging tops. There's a V-neck, which, okay, fine, I guess. And then there's whatever the hell Cole wears constantly, which is basically something that plunges to his belly button because, sure?
And you guys sat there and flirted, and you got in his face and almost touched his lips with your lips.
That's called kissing. He's so, like, dramatic about it. And you got in his face and almost touched his lips with your lips. But she's very deflective about any of that and is outright... Well, we'll get to that in a little bit about what she says about what happened with Rob. But in this instance, just the way he describes everything and completely acting like you did all this to me when he was the one that was acting like some crazy stalker or something. Don't get me wrong. Jen is crazy, and I think they would have probably one of the most volatile relationships you will ever see. But let's not pretend Cole was just some normal guy trying to spend time with his girl that he just met.
Wanted to have the opportunity to meet each other.
Oh, okay. So she's going to talk about what happened because he asked, did it happen that they went back to the room or whatever? And she says, yeah, it did. We just wanted the opportunity to meet each other. That's all. I present to you, at least if you go back and look at it, the footage of them meeting each other. And there was definitely a meet and greet, if you will, and definitely some introductions of intimacy and, well, let's just say it got down and dirty.
I have met Cole just 3 days ago, and I already turned off, but his jealousy and his controlling behavior towards me.
Yeah, because it's kind of insane. I mean, this wasn't simply like, hey, let me stick up for you. This was back off. I'm going to handle this for whatever reason, even though I have no loyalty to you and I don't even know you. It was very bizarre and weird, and it definitely is a window into what to expect in a relationship with him. Now, I will say one thing. It might be worse Jen getting into a relationship with him because she is off the rails crazy to a whole nother level. So I don't know who would be the worst one if they were actually together.
Apologize for that, because I understand that that's bothering you. And the reason I maybe said something that made you feel bad is because I felt really bad.
Okay, the reason I said something bad that made you feel bad is because I felt bad. So what he just admitted to is that if we were in a relationship, if I am feeling low, and he's clearly has very little, thinks very little of himself, is a very, very little person inside, doesn't have really confidence, that's pretty clear. Now, he carries himself with a cockiness, and that's probably because he's got the pilot's license and people throw himself at him at port because they think he has money. But that's different from actually having true confidence inside and feeling good about yourself. He has none of that. If he did have some of that, he wouldn't flip out on all this crap you see going on. So now what he admits to is, when I feel bad, I'm going to take it out on you. So basically, if I have a bad day, watch out. See, the red flags are ridiculous here. They both are just throwing red flags left and right.
Oh, the fact that he apologized shows me a huge level of maturity for him. That is gonna help me to just dissipate my doubts a little bit.
You literally just got done saying that he just met you and it was really weird, but he comes up and apologizes, but really a half serious apology, if you will, because he then says, this is basically what it's going to be like when you're in a relationship with me, but you say it helps dissipate it. No, this is just complete manipulation tactics from her right here. She's bouncing back and forth. She wants her cake and she wants to eat it too. She's having fun. She's entertained because she's going back and forth from these guys. She already slept with Rob, so now she's probably like, hey, maybe let me try that Cole guy out and just playing a game back and forth. That's all it is for her. It's a game.
I'm open to giving Jen another chance, but I've had my heart broken before, and I'm afraid that'll happen again.
What is he talking about? He's open to giving her another chance, but he's had his heart broken? Why are you talking about heartbreak from the person you met just like 3 days ago? This is some ridiculous, crazy, psychologically insane behavior that we got going on. I wouldn't want this guy flying a plane I'm on, I'll tell you that, because he's insane. I don't know what he's got going on, but something in his head ain't right, and he clearly can't reconcile with the fact that he's not in a relationship right now. These are random people you just met. Like, this is getting to know you phase. This isn't like I love you phase, and he's talking about I've had my heart broken? Problems.
What qualities you think you would like in a potential partner?
It's about having.
What the hell is that face? She's like, but qualities you would want in a potential partner. She's like, it's like a buffet of the qualities I want. Yes, Courtney, but you have to not be a gossip crazy person to actually have a successful relationship. Problem is, you don't got that going for you because you are a gossip crazy person. I mean, my God, she looks like she just walked into an all-you-can-eat buffet and they have her favorite foods. Only it's the guys there and she feels like they're all for her. Another person that has some serious issues going on she needs to work out in her head.
Usman, you want to share a little bit about your perspective on money?
Yeah, I mean, they say love is sweet, but when there is money, the love is sweeter.
Oh, is that what they said? When you have money, the love is sweeter. I don't think Usman has any money. I mean, I've seen his music. Like that's like old SoundCloud music that someone's trying to put out there and send all their friends, like just hoping it takes off. That's what that is. I don't think he's really making the money. He's just trying to act like he is. He's trying to act like he's some rapper over here or something that's just throwing, got all the chains, just throwing money everywhere and everything like that. Yeah, I don't think it's that way for him. But and then he says, if you don't have the money, you don't have the love. It's just, I think he's trying to overcompensate. There you go. That's the good word, overcompensate. And Courtney saying that money is the most important thing to her doesn't surprise me even a little bit at all. That's like par for the course for Courtney. Now, you need money and you need love. So money can cause too many problems in relationships if you don't have it together, if you can't be on the same page with the person you're with. You have to be able to communicate. One of the hardest things to deal with is communication, and money definitely can put a damper in it. But you also need love. The difference is they're trying to act like love is, if you have love, it's just, you're good. Your heart will take off. Everything else will be good. No, love. Yes, you love the person you're with, but you have to actively work at it. If you truly love someone, you're going to wake up every day and choose that person. I wake up every day and choose my wife. That is what I do because I love her, but not because I wake up and my heart says, oh my gosh, it's love at first sight every day. That's not how it works. These people are in delusional la-la land. It's okay to want to have success in a certain level, to be able to have everything taken care of and not actually have to worry about money, but you also want to have the communication and the love there, but it takes work. Colt, on the other hand, wants love, but he can't seem to make it work. So I'm just going to not listen to the people in here because they're all here because they couldn't make it work.
It makes me feel nervous knowing that her first important interest is money, basically. Her love language is money. And I don't have a lot of money. I feel like
True.
Right now I lost again.
But see, the thing is like I already said, for Colt, him saying love, oh gosh, love, that's the most important thing. Well, if you have it all figured out, Colt, then why on earth have you had, I don't know, has it been one marriage, two marriages? I don't know. He's been with 3 people in the last several years, engagements and marriages, and you don't work anything out. Now, was that all their fault? Do you recognize that you might have had some faults in it? Because I would venture to say that you, in riding on the pink cloud of love, just hasn't worked out, and maybe you need to change a few things yourself.
Tiffany's looking sexy tonight. I am getting a little aroused, a little
What the hell did he just say? Did he just admit he's getting a little aroused? All right, careful getting in there, buddy, because apparently old boy is already pitching a tent. So, might have a little bit more action in the mud pit, but it could always just turn into mud wrestling, I guess.
I can see it in Carlos' face that he's not happy right now, but he's not saying anything, which makes me feel worse.
Okay, so she just dropped the bombshell that she has 2 kids. Now, it bothers her because he didn't have this really happy reaction, and we get a little bit more to the reaction in just a second. The problem here is thinking that it should be a certain reaction when you're telling someone something very serious. Now, when you tell someone, oh, by the way, I have kids, it doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to be okay with it, but it is a big thing that has to be processed. And you have to accept the fact that they might need some time to just process that. Not that they're not going to accept it, but to process it. Now, for him, he may or may not be ready. Let's see.
I could feel that he tensed up a little bit. That's kind of a little disappointing because I'm like,
Why?
He seemed like such a cool guy. This is such a disappointment.
Okay, so this is the thing about this. He's basically said that when she said that, his reaction was, I haven't typically been looking for women with kids. I haven't looked for that in a type. Okay, that's okay. That's perfectly fine if you're someone that is not looking for someone with children because you want to start a family with them. Like I said, doesn't mean he won't be okay with it, but that's his preference. You have to accept that. Her being disappointed, maybe a little disappointed that it may not work out, I give you that, but disappointed in him, that's just his preference. She does make a point, I will say, that does make sense to an extent, which is that he's in his 30s. Yeah, a lot of women you come across probably, well, not probably, but they may have kids. It's definitely a higher possibility. So you may want to come to terms with that could be a possibility. But it doesn't change the fact that he still can, if he wants to, look for someone without kids. Doesn't mean that it's right. Doesn't mean that you're not going to find the person that is, better for you, that is willing to accept someone that is coming into a relationship with kids. But to say you're disappointed, make it seem like you're disappointed in him, that's just a preference. And then you just have to accept it and move on. And she does, and that's fine. And she basically says, I'm going to Dick Dastardly, which I wouldn't recommend that because that dude... Whatever. Listen, she definitely has potential. She definitely is looking for something that clearly she's more one of the serious ones in this show. But she's definitely not making great decisions when it comes to the guys already anyway.
I don't really kiss and tell. I haven't seen her all day today and haven't talked to her.
He doesn't kiss and tell like the cameras aren't all over your room. What is he even talking about? Like, I'm not going to kiss and tell. And there's like 5 cameras on you as you're getting intimate with each other, seeing every step of the way how it all went down. But you're not going to kiss and tell. Okay, Rob, listen, these people acting like they're ignorant to how the shows work and where cameras are and when the producers are around and all that is just dumb. I mean, like, you either make yourself look really stupid or you just are really stupid.
Or were you married?
We are still legally married.
Aha! I don't buy for a second she didn't already know that, but this is interesting, him telling her and her acting like she's surprised by this. I think that Jen is just looking for every possibility she can to manipulate anyone that is in her orbit. She is a manipulator. She is someone that is not destined to have a long-term relationship unless she makes some serious changes in her own life, because all she's going to do is suck the life out of you and move on to the next one. She is a succubus. That's what she is.
And the fact that he's still married makes me worry a little bit. That he's not a person that I can see myself with in the future.
And now I have the reason to go back to Cole, because now I just want to bounce back and forth and see what he's about since I already slept with Rob. This is nothing more than an excuse, than a manipulation tactic. And she's acting like she didn't know anything about Rob's marriage. Everyone on here is the biggest gossip in the world. Maybe they didn't show it on camera, but I don't buy that she didn't already know that he was still married in some way, shape, or form.
Some love in between these couples, these people.
What the hell is Tim wearing? He looks like he's straight out of a boy band from the 90s with his bucket hat. Like he was, one of those knockoff boy bands. Not like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, who were kind of like the big ones, but more like a 98 Degrees or maybe a good LFO, I think was the name of the band. Like he's about to just bust out singing like a song and people are going to come dancing in the background, something about summertime or something like that. That's what looks like about to happen with Tim. I don't know what Tim's thinking, but all right, do you, man?
You know, this hip thrust is the most action I've gotten since I arrived in Tulum. And honestly, like, her personality is kind of hot. So,
Oh,
let the
okay.
games begin.
Her personality is kind of hot as she's backing her behind. I try to use nice language here. Up on you and grinding and bumping. Bumping and grinding. That's all she's doing. And yet her personality's nice. Sure, Tim. That's what you're thinking. Oh my God, I can't with Tim. What is this face? He looks like a guy that is standing outside a adult movie store just hanging out. Like he never goes in. He's just the creepy guy that hangs out outside. He looks like he just saw an adult movie for the first time and he's like 14 years old. Good Lord. He came in hot like he was trying to headbutt her. My God, this is the guy that she's trying to give a good trial for. This is what's going to work out. The guy that comes in so hot that he about knocks you out. Remember, Dick Dastardly is not the one for you. He had Muttley and the cartoon racers. Stay away from him. He's evil.
And I don't feel like he is a threatening to me because I know a lady with good sense cannot have romantic feelings for Colt.
And yet, Soja Boy, you keep talking about Colt. This is the problem. This is why I don't believe you actually believe what you're saying. You actually do feel threatened from him, and you instead are actually really scared because if she were to choose him over you, you would feel like about the smallest person inside because you have this high regard for yourself that is just unwarranted. So yeah, what you're saying doesn't match up with what you're feeling. And yeah, I kind of hope she chooses Colt just to kind of knock you down a few notches and see you get chosen by nobody else.
In order to break the tie, we're gonna have
What
a
are we going to do?
kiss-off.
Good Lord. Seriously, as stated in the beginning, does anyone not see what this is? And all of this was planned out, and even the selecting of the girls instead of any guys or anything was scripted, I'm sure, by the producers. And yet, here we are. What does this have to do with the hunt for love? Nothing, except play into Chantel's very scripted storyline of, my friend kissed me before I came, and now I'm confused, and I don't know what to do.
You want to kiss me? Yeah.
You want to do it? You two do it?
Let's go.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. You want to kiss me? Okay. And then magically, on the other team, it's two girls as well. Because this is what people they think will get eyes on the screen of, oh my gosh, they had the girls kissing. Somehow it's a hunt for love, but the girls ended up doing some sort of crazy kissing ritual. That's what it ended up being. And then hoping people will watch instead of like, you know, I'm all about the drama and everything, and I think it's hilarious how it went down. But I would just rather you just not market it as like some sort of love show, because I really couldn't care less if anyone lives happily ever after. But just say what it is. Say, all right, this is just what we're going to do. We're going to do trash romance stuff at a resort for 2 weeks or a month, and then we'll just see how crazy it actually gets. And leave it at that.
I'm so nervous about this. I can't stop thinking that, oh my God, I'm going to be judged in front of all these people at the resort, and then
yeah, I truly believe that you went out there. Now you're like, I can't believe I'm going to do this. You could have said no. I'm going to get judged by people. You could have said no, but here you are. No, this is completely played out. Like there's some stuff that happens organically because they basically set these things up to happen. But there is definitely stuff that was planned, scripted, and whether the producers were talking in people's ears, like just on the sidelines to make it happen, or whether it was just outright said, this is what you're going to do. Either way, it is not happening naturally. Good Lord, they just look like they're mud wrestling. Look, I mean, they just look like they were at like a mud wrestling competition. It's like they thought they were in that scene from Stripes where they're all mud wrestling, or maybe they think they're Jello wrestling. I don't know what this is, but Tim basically reacts how I anticipate most of the guys probably would react in this situation in just a minute.
I want to get better.
Tim pulls up a chair. You know what this is? This is like the scene from Undercover Brother with Eddie Griffin when they're all fighting and then all of a sudden the two girls end up making out in the shower or something and all the guys just pull up popcorn and they stop fighting just to watch and everything. That's what Tim's doing right here. If he pulled out popcorn right now, it would be the funniest stuff I've ever seen. It would make me be like, you know what? This is trash TV, but it's okay because this is hilarious, and I'm here for the hilarity of it all. So, way to go, Tim, to pull up your chair for it all. To nobody's shock ever, the manipulator queen has chosen Cole over Rob because now she's trying to sample the goods and see what it's like on the other end while also trying to make Rob jealous because all she is a manipulator. So basically, they gave bottles of champagne to all the women who were involved in the kiss-off, even though it was supposed to go to the winning team. And now they let them choose a date. So who do you think Jen was going to choose? I rightfully called it and said Cole because shocker to absolutely no one.
And I hope you won't be upset if I ask Rob on a date.
Plot twist. That one I didn't necessarily see coming, so kudos to the show for that. She chose Rob. Now, is anything going to happen? Probably not. But she basically makes it sound like, oh, I got all hot and heavy with this girl that I've been trying to, experiment with or whatever. And now I'm feeling a little elevated, if you will, a little turned on there. And so, naturally, Rob's the go-to because, yeah, you can pretty much get anyone to, get Rob in bed. That's not hard at all. He's kind of a man whore.
You are a whore, darling.
I see his beautiful heart.
Oh, do you?
I love that he's obsessed with me.
Okay, you just got done saying that his controlling nature was too much, and now all of a sudden you love that he's obsessed with you? I hate to break it to you, you are the most blind person I've ever seen, or you're just lying because you're just having too much fun playing them back and forth. It could be either, because I don't think she's the sharpest knife in the drawer either. Or she could just be playing them. I guess we'll see how it plays out.
Did Rob happen to say anything after you chose me over him?
Good. He cannot stop asking about Rob. He is obsessed, but he's more obsessed with Rob. And this goes to show the obsession and the controlling nature he's going to have because he can't stop talking about what did Rob say? What did Rob think? How did he feel this way? He's going to be the most insufferable person if you were to be with him that even if he's not like violent or anything like that, he would just be straight up worrisome, bugging you about every single thing. If someone in the store, if you saw an old friend from high school in the store, and they said, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Hope everything's good. The family good. And you walked away. He would bug you for the rest of the night. How do you know this person? What's going on with that? What are you doing with this person? I don't believe you. Have you met this person before? Have you done this? It would be relentless. That's what kind of problems this guy has.
I haven't actually kissed like any of you both yet.
She just blatantly lied, bold-faced lied to his face. Like, not only has she kissed Rob, she slept with him. Case in point, not only were they making out hard on the cameras, it shows them coming back into the room, butt naked, in the bed, getting down. I mean, it blurred everything out, but it basically showed what was going down. And she's going to say, I haven't even kissed anyone yet? Why make that lie? Because she's trying to manipulate the situation. That's all she's doing. That was a pointless lie. He didn't ask you, have you kissed Rob? The most he asked was, did you go back to the bedroom? She kind of said, yeah, but we just talked, and he left it at that. Now, at some point, maybe he was going to ask if you outright kissed him, if you slept with him, all of that. But clearly, this is playing into another storyline of, we're going to have the big reveal of what happened between them, and it's going to create all the drama.
My interest mostly is you.
What?
And that's what I'd like to hear, of course.
Yeah.
You literally were just talking about how he basically creeps you out because he's too possessive and he's known you for 2 days. And now your most interest is him. Like, I like the buzzword for today apparently is manipulation because that's what she's doing nonstop. They are all manipulative and degenerate people. Just about. There's not a whole lot of them. I mean, okay, I haven't seen a ton with Tiffany. I think she overreacted a little bit with what was going on with old boy there. But at the same time, I kind of got some of that. So not surprising. But most of them are just degenerate and they don't care about love. They're just trying to remain relevant. They're trying to get money and they're trying to have fun. That's it. But it's hilarious. It creates a lot of drama. And you know what? Got to give props to the producers for being able to continually fan the flames of drama because it constantly flares up. So good for them, I guess. They're making good TV that people do come back and watch. So We'll see how that all shakes out. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Make sure you mark all notifications. Also, make sure you check out the video on Thursday, which is kind of updates. We'll probably be looking at the trailers for next week's episode, see what those are about and whatever stories we got going on. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much, and I will see y'all next time.